My name is Danny, and I'm a friend/mentor here at Friends of the Children Central Oregon. And what No Matter What means to me is that we are consistently and unconditionally providing supports for our youth no matter what. So if that looks like a Zoom call, a FaceTime call, or delivering meals to our families, we will be there and find creative ways to do so. It's so important that we're still providing support and showing up for these kids literally no matter what and despite the circumstances that we're in.
No matter what means exactly that. It's a simple and powerful term that means we're going to serve our youth no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's COVID or giant hornets or sharks with lasers, we're coming and we're going to serve. And I am so thankful that we are a part of a program that is advocating and pushing the envelope when it seems like nobody else in the country is.
During this pandemic, a lot of resources and connections for our youth have either disappeared or been harder for them to find, but we've been a consistent person in their life and a consistent resource for them.
So connecting with youth while we've been in quarantine has been a little bit of a challenge, and I've had to find creative ways to, really reach out to my children. At first it was just phone calls, and then it became adding their family on Facebook and doing Facebook Messenger calls with them where we can see each other face to face, and then really being creative and finding ways to engage the youth, such as like playing video games. One video game that I've recently played with my kids is Minecraft, and it's been kind of interesting because they have to teach me how to play. So it's sort of a change of roles.
So the last 5 months, I've really started implementing things online that I never thought I would be doing. I was a gymnast for 12 years, and I also was a coach for a couple of years. And I knew that the camaraderie that I built in gymnastics was so important to my growth. So I started implementing virtual gymnastics on Zoom. I got a few of the kids involved, and they loved it. We even got to a point where Simone Biles was a part of one of our Zoom calls and joined in. And it was incredible to see the kids light up with joy and find their spark and finding a different way to connect with them. So gymnastics has been a really big way that I've been able to do that.
For one of my youth, he has a little bit of trouble opening up to people and can sometimes be abrasive. It's just been a supernatural connection where it hasn't been forced at all, and it's just been so enjoyable to see him kind of open up as time has gone on, and it's nice to hear that whenever he asks his grandma when we're going to do an outing again, he's always super excited to go out and do something.
I've seen so much success with my youth during COVID-19. They have persevered through hard times. They've shown so much self-determination and self-management during this time. One story that comes to mind to me is a youth that really finds school challenging and has quite a bit of low self-esteem around her ability to do well in school. She asked me if she could call me and each day work on a page of math together. We each had the same math booklet that the school provided. So she would choose a page and I would walk her through the questions to find the answer. And I don't know if you've ever helped a second grader with math over the phone, not even video chat, but over the phone. And I will say it's very challenging, but it was so rewarding because she figured it out and she had a lot of fun with it, and she really found math fun in the end. I'm just really proud of her. She showed so much perseverance and honestly really found her spark in wanting to do better with math.
So this last week I went and visited one of my kiddos, and thankfully he lives really close to a park and a nice trail, and so we were able to go walking and talking. And one thing about being out with everything with COVID is that it's really put things into really sharp focus. And even just something as simple as walking to the park with my kids, you feel that resonance way more than you used to, that this really means a lot to them, especially now. So just those little things. And what was really cool when we were there, and there were other people playing at the park, and this is a kid who was in and out of foster care for a lot of his life, lots of trauma, really struggled to fit in, really struggled to figure out who he was, what his value was. And we had not one but two people come up to us at the park that he knew, a kid who was his neighbor and the kid's mom come up. It's so good to see you, we should hang out soon, it's great to run into you. And to just see him, see that in their eyes, that yeah, I mean something to these people, that that they wanted to come and say hi to me, right? That I am part of this community. And I mean, it just back to back, just boom, boom. He got to see in real life, in person, people who cared about him enough to stop and talk to him and tell him that. And I mean, that's what it's all about.